While El Sayed has not been declared the winner, he is winning. And Francesca Hong.
I shut this off. The wife keeps telling me, Joe, don't be watching that stuff. You know what? You just get upset. I know, but hey, you've been watching that. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't either. But I've been following that Dr. Fauci hearings. Man, they're really hammering that guy. Remember him? He was the guy who was telling us what to do and not to do during COVID. He was the big guru, you know, and now he's in trouble. Now they're coming out with all this shady stuff they're accusing him of. You know something? On the south side of Chicago during COVID, I smelled that stuff a mile away, because on the south side of Chicago, we can smell a snake a mile away. We knew there was a lot of shady stuff going on. You know what? And you know what? Even the church didn't do so well, quite frankly. Oh, no. Closing up all everywhere, not even letting people come and pray when they really needed God, telling them they got to wear the mask and do this and do that and get the shot and all that stuff. Man, the church like cut and ran. That wasn't good. You know what? Sometimes I think the church, we're more afraid of lawyers and media, what people are going to say about us, accuse us of, than we are afraid of whether we're really doing God's work. You know what? But you know what? This church, my church, the Byzantine Catholic Church, Annunciation there, Homer Glen, we didn't close down. Oh, no. Well, just 1 week, because you got the letter from the bishop. All the bishops in America said you got to close down. And once you know it, it was during Holy Week. Imagine a Byzantine Catholic like me not going to church on Good Friday and Easter. Well, that was just one time, 1 week. After that, we opened up, man, and we stayed open. And we didn't make no one do nothing. Didn't make them do mass, get shots, nothing. Because you know what? It's about doing what's right with God first. Not being afraid of lawyers and government and what people are going to say or mean and that kind of thing. You know what I think? I think that maybe this COVID thing was God's test. It's like He's shining a spotlight on us, see what we're made of. Are we going to cut and run? Are we going to have faith? What are we going to do? I think He was showing a spotlight on everybody, from the world into the church. You know what? Now all this stuff is coming out. Maybe that's God's mercy. You know what? Maybe He was trying to show us, hey, you people, whether it's the world or the church, you ain't got what it takes right now. Because you know what? Something worse is probably coming along. And you got to be ready. You got to have more faith. And don't be afraid of lawyers and stuff like that. Be afraid of whether you're being right with me, God. I think that's what's happening. You know what? Because my church, we're not PC. We're BC. We're Byzantine Catholic. Biblically correct. That's what I think. Yeah. And I think God is trying to tell us something. Get right with Him. You want to be afraid of something? Be afraid of disappointing God.